Hey fish tank people, Michael here again. So I wanted to show you guys my 40-gallon tank, and that's what this is here. This tank's been set up for about 6 days. I set it up on the 11th and it is now the 17th. I'm doing sand in this tank, just for like a different look. I'm not really all about gravel, more of a sand person. I think sand looks a little bit more natural than gravel does, but that's just me. So right now I'm just letting the tank cycle, letting some plants build up their roots here and hopefully starting some runners. I've got some jungle vallisneria, I believe is what it's called, back there. You can see that little leaf in the back. That's all brand new in the past 6 days. That's actually, I put these plants in here 4 days ago, so that's 4 days worth of growth right there, that little leaf in the back, that small one. And there's also some dwarf sage down here as well. There's 6 plants of dwarf sage, all from my 60-gallon tank and 1 from my 20-gallon tank, and I'm sure you can tell which one is from the 20-gallon. It's that one right there, because it's got smaller leaves. Didn't come from a very good tank as far as plants go, but they all have little leaves on them. Probably the smaller of all of them are all brand new. I don't know if you can really tell. And this one I just put in here yesterday, or these two I just put in here yesterday, so no new growth on those yet. I've got some CO2 coming into the tank right there. This is a little fluval ceramic diffuser coming from my my DIY CO2 system, which is down here. On my next paycheck I'm going to get a pressurized system, so that way I don't have to deal with the yeast and the sugar and all that. It's just not as consistent as pressurized system. Not as much CO2 will go into the tank either. But I'm actually really surprised that this ceramic diffuser was able to work with a do-it-yourself system, so I'm very pleased about that. So I have 3 pieces of lava rock in this tank right here. There's 1, 2, and then 3. I kind of bought the lava rock just to fill the tank for now, to put something in it. I was going to probably do driftwood later, but honestly, I like the way that the lava rock looks in the overall tank. I think it looks really good. There's no other plants in here yet, but I think it'll look really good when all the dwarf sage and the jungle val have grown in. So I think I'm going to keep it for now. I also have one other piece of lava rock, but I don't think I'm going to put it in here. My overall plan for this tank, this is a 40-gallon breeder, by the way. So it's 36 inches wide, or sorry, 36 inches long, I believe 18 inches wide and 16 inches tall. So it's a pretty wide tank, pretty big tank actually for being 40 gallons. But it's not very tall, so that's good. So light will penetrate all the way down to the bottom of the tank for my plants, so that's pretty good. Right now I just have a hang-on back filter. It's a Penguin 300, 350, something like that. Filters pretty well, you know, filters the whole tank probably about 6 times an hour or something like that. So that's pretty good. I plan on getting a canister filter eventually, but I'm just doing this one slow, just trying to set it up for now, get some plants in here, and eventually I'll get the canister filter once I have a little bit more money. I have 3 T8 strips on here right now for a total of 45 watts. It's 15 watts per bulb, so plenty of wattage for right now. Once I get some more plants in here, I think I'm going to stick with T8 on this one. If you guys can convince me otherwise, as far as going T5 without having an algae problem in this tank, I might consider it. But as far as right now, I think I'm just going to go with T8. So I'm going to keep probably those 2 over there. If not, I'll pull them onto this side and then have 2 24-inch strips on the other side. Either way, I haven't really decided that yet, but overall I'm going to have 4 bulbs over this tank. But I plan on keeping the dwarf sage and the jungle val over here, and then on this side doing some bigger, broader leaf plants, kind of grow it in like a jungle on this side, and have it slowly kind of fade out over to this side where it will just be the jungle val and the dwarf sage here in the front. So I think that's overall going to be a pretty good aquascape. So I'll probably do the 2 24-inch bulbs on this, probably do these two on this side, so that way I can have 30 watts directly over all the bigger plants, and then the two 24-inch bulbs just kind of like going across the rest of the tanks. That way I can have it over the jungle val and the dwarf sage there. Other than that, I have a little aqua clear filter power head right there, just for some circulation for right now, and also to kind of break up the bubbles down there. The plants and fish that I want to get, I haven't really decided on yet. So if I needed to get some calmer water fish, I'll eventually take that out then. But for right now, I just have it in there for some circulation, just to get the water moving through the tank. And I have another one over there, but I was diffusing the CO2 through that before I got the ceramic filter, or sorry, the ceramic diffuser. I was putting the CO2 through there to kind of break up the bubbles, but now that's not really necessary. So I just have it in there for some extra circulation right now, but I'll probably take it out. I have a fluval heater in the back over there, but I'm not, it's not really necessary right now. I live in Florida, so the water is the perfect temperature, at room temperature, and I doubt, if anything, I'm going to need cooling systems, but for right now I think I'll be fine. So this is my 40-gallon tank. I'll fill you guys in with what plants or fish I'm going to get. If you guys have any suggestions as far as plants go, keep in mind I'll be doing T8 lights for now, unless I decide on T5s, but T8s for now. So if you guys have any decisions or suggestions for plants, that'd be great. I'd love to hear them. I don't really want to do Amazon sword. I don't want to do Anubias nana, but any other kind of Anubias I'm sure would look fine. I also don't want to do any Ludwigia plants in here, but I doubt I'll have the lighting for that anyways. So, thinking of something a little bit different, maybe some different types of Amazonian plants, or maybe even Asian plants, if you guys can think of any, that'd be great. And then, I'm also not really sure what kind of fish I want to put in here yet. Probably smaller, just tropical community fish, not really looking for semi-aggressive in this tank. So yeah, hope you guys liked the video. If you do, I'd appreciate a like. Also subscribe for more updates on this tank and my 60-gallon tank. Have a good day.